Today I'm going to do something a little different. I will briefly cover some of the news out there about Star Wars projects in the works. Later, I will be discussing why I do this and asking some questions of you. I want to share the reasons I am a huge Star Wars fan and why I decided to make a YouTube channel solely dedicated to it. Today, on Star Wars Fanatic. First, I want to talk about some exciting news. The Obi-Wan Kenobi Series starts filming today. Mind you, it isn't going to be the scenes with Ewan McGregor or any of the other starring cast. They don't start filming until March on those parts, but this is an exciting step forward in the process. As I'm sure you have all heard by now, Hayden Christensen, that's right, Christensen, not Christensen, will be reprising the role as Darth Vader. A lot of fans are speculating he will be in the suit. This may be the case. As Kathleen Kennedy said, it will be the rematch of the century. The last we saw of Darth Vader, before the iconic suit, he didn't have any limbs, other than a prosthetic. So, for there to be a rematch, Hayden would most likely have to put the suit back on. Exciting, right? Well, I think so. The only thing I'm confused about is the fact that it is a rematch. Wasn't the duel on the Death Star a rematch? And Darth Vader told Obi-Wan then, "When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master." Hopefully they do it right and don't mess with the continuity of the original trilogy. I'm sure they will though, as Deborah Chow is directing it. If you don't know who she is, she directed an episode of The Mandalorian in Season 1 titled The Sin. It was a great episode. The Obi-Wan series is set to release sometime in 2022. It's a long way off, but it's plenty of time to theorize, then have those theories subverted. I do worry with this being a popular character among fans that there will be some expectations that may get subverted as well. The fan base can't take another hit like the divisiveness of the sequel trilogy. However, I'm pretty sure they learned their lesson. Also in the works is the Cassian Andor series. I wasn't excited for this one as I should have been, but it's Star Wars, and I am still a bit excited to see where they take Diego Luna's character, who first appeared in Rogue One, a Star Wars story. I don't really have any predictions or news, other than it is slated for, I think, a 2021 release. Another Star Wars project to be really excited for is the Bad Batch series. Animated in the style of the Clone Wars, it is going to be a continuation of the characters from the Clone Wars Season 7, the Bad Batch. Why am I excited? Because we will get to see another angle to Order 66. We may also get to see what happened to clones after the Empire began full swing. I know we have a little bit in canon about it, but there is more in Legends. Hopefully, they take pieces of Legends and let us see it. Order 66 though, who isn't excited to see another side of that? But you all know what I am most excited about. The Book of Boba Fett. Did you see the post-credit shot in The Mandalorian Chapter 16? I mean, Boba is back and doing things we only read about. I do have a breakdown of my predictions for this show, and I will link it in the description below. I will say this, I don't think it is what it appears. I don't think Boba is going to take over a criminal empire. It appears that way from the tease, but how many things in Star Wars end up being what they appear to be in a teaser? I'll tell you right now. 0. Boba Fett is my favorite character, and this show is going to be so badass. There's so much in the works for Star Wars and Lucasfilm that I could spend an hour talking about it. The most recent is the release of Star Wars The High Republic content. The Light of the Jedi was delivered to me today, and I will be reading it soon. I think there are a total of some 11 series being released, and the Taika Waititi movie that is in pre-production. It is a great time to be a Star Wars fan. And with the hopes of not sounding too cheesy, I just love Star Wars. I've been a fan since the first trailer came out in 1977. I saw the original movie in 1977 on opening night with my mother. And I've seen every Star Wars movie on opening night since then, most of which have been with my mother. I've also got my wife and kids in on it recently, going to opening nights with me. But is love of Star Wars the best reason to start a YouTube channel dedicated to it? For some it is. For me it's more than that. I talk about Star Wars all the time. At my job, my employees and coworkers are sick of hearing about it. At home, my kids are sick of it, except my oldest. He's almost as big a fan as I am. Dude, seriously, stop spending all your money on it. My oldest daughter is really into it as well, and she collects some of the merchandise, with my younger two enjoying the bonding time of watching Star Wars with their dad. My wife loves the excitement I get when I get to see new Star Wars content. She watched my face as Ahsoka appeared in The Mandalorian. As soon as Boba Fett's armor appeared on Cobb Vanth, she knew I was going to cheer. She cheered right along with me. The reason I started the channel is pretty simple. I love talking about Star Wars. Not just Boba Fett and The Mandalorian, or Mandalorians in general. I like talking about Anakin Skywalker and his fall, how Luke Skywalker taps into the dark side without knowing it, the bounty hunters, the scoundrels, the stormtroopers. I analyze everything, to the point that I annoy other Star Wars fans. I studied literature, and if there's one thing I learned, it is that everything is not as it appears at face value. Some fans like to take it at face value, and that's fine, because Star Wars means something different to everyone, just as other literature means something different to everyone. Now, I also grew up all over the United States and in Berlin, Germany. I've seen every Star Wars movie in a different location. The Empire Strikes Back, Berlin, Germany. The rest I will save for another video. But my Star Wars obsession, as some call it, comes through in my videos. I use this as an outlet to not annoy those close to me. I don't get involved in drama over it. I know fans have their favorites, as do I. The Empire Strikes Back is my favorite, but that doesn't mean I don't like the others. I have Star Wars films I prefer to watch, but I understand that each one has their place in the Star Wars big picture, even if we don't agree with it 100% of the time. I mean, if you boil it down to its simple form, it's stormtroopers and pew pew and lightsabers whooping with space wizards. But I don't get involved with the drama of other YouTubers and their confrontations with Lucasfilm employees and stuff like that. I see both sides of the argument as valid and don't care to take sides. It isn't my business. I will say this though, and I don't like calling out other Star Wars YouTubers by name, but Star Wars Theory, you have to remember, there is no such thing as bad press. Don't get upset because one Lucasfilm employee said a couple ill-stated words to you. They are like us, all different people with different opinions and different outlooks on our favorite franchise. Let it roll off you and enjoy the explosion in views. Do you, man. But my point is, I'm not one for drama. I stay positive about most things in my life, and I tend to not let drama or negativity sway the way I feel about Star Wars especially. It's my passion, as much as anyone else's. Why am I telling you all this? Because I often wonder about YouTubers that I follow. I wonder what made them a fan. For a side note, I did not get into this for the money. I spend way more money on it than I make on it, and I'm okay with that. I have some pretty awesome viewers, and I enjoy the interactions. I will always try to respond to as many of you as I can, because like I said, I love talking about Star Wars. Now with that said, I am working on a schedule to release my videos. I would like to do Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. US Eastern Standard Time. Eventually, I may ramp up to 7 days a week, but as it stands, I have a family and a full-time job. They're just as important to me as Star Wars. But if we could make this my career, I'm a long way off for considering that even though. Yeah, of course I'd like to make this my full-time job. I mean, who wouldn't like to interview George Lucas or Dave Filoni or anyone at the Star Wars Story Group? Maybe I'm giving you guys too much information about myself, but I like to share this stuff because I think it's interesting to know about people's backgrounds and where they came from and what got them into this franchise in the first place. And we've seen a revitalization of Star Wars, something magnificent, something more than we could have imagined. There's so much coming out and so much more going to come out long after I'm gone. So, what got you into Star Wars? Let me know in the comments below as to how much you love it and what did it for you. I'd love to hear about it. Thank you for listening to my little backstory. If you're new to the channel or just haven't taken the step, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date on my videos as they release. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed today's content and share the video. I would love talking about Star Wars to be my full-time job. Thank you for watching, and remember, this is the way, the only way.